Okay.
All right, I am here with the Rhythm Coffin. There's so many members of this band, but I'm super stoked to actually have, let me make sure I do it right. Gruesome Gereg, Scary Carrie.
Right here.
Yes, and Ashes Ashley. That's one of my favorite things about you guys is everything is spooky. I thought I was good with my little phrases like, oh my goth, and of course, you guys take it on another level from, I mean, you guys are just spooky as fuck, and I just love it. It's like the way I see you guys is like the Toxic Tune characters. I'm sure you're familiar with that artist. Toxic Tunes. Yeah, classic Halloween cartoons come alive, and you guys are a staple at all of my favorite Southern California horror and Halloween conventions like Monsterpalooza and Midsummer Scream. So, what you know, in all my research about you, and to be quite honest, I was afraid to, you know. Before 2019, I was afraid to actually go up and speak to anybody because I believe it or not, I was really shy and unsure of myself. Now I don't care. I'm just like, I love you. But there's not much info about like how you guys got started and what your background was. So I scrolled all the way back through your Instagram and Facebook and found that the Rhythm Coffin itself started. Looks like you guys were born or you came out from the grave in 2009. Is that correct? Is that when you guys got going?
I think that's when we put it the first CD. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's about right. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. I'm terrible with the history of numbers, so I mean, it's numbers just don't stick in my head. But that sounds pretty close. Yeah.
2009. Now, what is each of your backgrounds in music? You guys have clearly, as talented as you are and creative as you are, you clearly been doing this for a long time, including you, Ashley. So when did you guys actually decide, hey, we're going to make this spooky ass band? What were you doing before that?
Just hanging out in the laboratory, being separate body parts. When Dr. Monsterstein put me together, he just put me together with a flying V, and then just left me in a room with some other monsters. We just, you know, what do monsters do? They took monster rock and roll. So we just started playing, trying to have a cool time. We think morgue people should have morgue fun, morgue often. So that's what you do. We just have these monster rock and roll parties where everybody can come out and have a cool time. And we're just, we miss seeing everybody, but it's just, yeah, it's all just based on everybody having more fun more often, and we're here to help with that.
Oh yeah, and that you do, that you certainly do, which I love. Now, what was the first convention that you actually played at? Which, who invited you to come first, or did you have to, you know, kind of like poke and prod with some scythes or something?
2 years ago, there was a lot of conventions, and there was a lot of fun. Most people were looking for live music, so it was fairly easy not to sound tough. I mean, they, you know, spooky events were looking for spooky bands, and we were a spooky band. So some of them called us, some of them we just contacted as soon as we saw. But we were doing Scare LA, I think was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Long Beach Zombie Walks and Long Beach Zombie Fest were some of the biggest things early too. They just had multiple bands going all day long.
Queen Mary Dark Harbor.
Queen Mary Dark Harbor. Yeah, that was a really nice thing too.
6
Played
years
6
in a row.
years there. Yeah,
that was amazing.
Just, yeah, they used to have,
I
they had
missed
stages
that.
playing on it and everything. Oh yeah, there's
You missed that? Oh,
I missed that.
Go back and do your research.
check out the
man.
YouTube video for us doing the Monster Mash on Queen Mary. The towers, there's 4 towers with flames.
Oh,
It's amazing. They have flags all over the place. The Queen Mary is the background. It was, this the amazing stages, amazing sound. This place has put out really good stuff.
Top quality, top.
We also got to play the WeHo Carnival, this
West Hollywood.
I did see that. I was actually going to go to that show.
Yeah, you know, they have like almost 500,000 people walking up and down the street there. We did 2 sets out there on Santa Monica Boulevard, playing to just Halloween people all night long. It was just probably obviously the biggest gig ever. We've done some shows at the Whiskey with Wednesday 13.
Yes.
That has been very exciting. But as far as just, you know, when you look out and you just, as far as you can see, which sounds, you know, witty, but you're on a stage. As far as you can see, there's people in Halloween costumes walking at you and going away. And it was just an amazing night. I mean, and amazing sound. I mean, I had 3 monitors just for me. It was.
I can only imagine. That's how I felt walking into my first convention, which was Scare LA. And just the fact that the Halloween people are just so much fucking fun. We know how to party, right? Like, and I remember I was double booked for so many shows in 2019 and I missed it. I didn't see the Queen Mary, but I'm definitely going to go back and see if I could spice that into this video. That's really dope. Now, Ashley, you came into the group, about 3 years ago, 2, 3 years ago.
Yes, about 2018.
Man, I love seeing your faces all over social media. You look hardcore. You are like all in it. You're singing, you're dancing. When you're on stage with this amazing group of dead monsters. When you're up there, was this like a dream come true? Gary actually gave me some background about how you came in. You were like, hey, I want to be this, if you ever need a ghoul.
Yeah.
And what was it like getting that? Hey, was it a DM? Was it a phone call? Like when they where they were like, hey, I need you. How did that work out?
Sorry, my cat wants to be, yeah, thank you.
I love when the cats make an appearance on my show. I do.
She knows that I'm busy doing something. That's why she's like, I need attention. So Gereg, Gruesome Gereg, messaged me and said, hey, so, you know, you asked me, you wanted to do this thing. Well, we need you. And I was like, all right, I got you. So
man.
it was pretty dope because, you know, I've always wanted to be in a band, and like I've done many projects as far as performing, you know, musicals, acting, singing, background singing, all that. So I thought it was pretty cool that I could finally, like, you know, start my career as a vocalist and performer, and finally like lend my talents to bands who actually need me. And I found my ghoul family. They found me. Okay. So I had a sister named Zombie Spice. And
she didn't work out so good.
No, she was all right, but yeah. So Ash is Ashley.
I love it. I actually love it. Like I was saying, the names, the monikers are fantastic. Again, it's like I feel like when I see you guys, I want to have a bowl of cereal. It's like Saturday morning cartoons. They're spooky. I mean, you guys are really the embodiment essence of Halloween. So, and everything that's horror. So I can't get enough. Now, let's see here. When you've performed at so many of these shows, and what I always look forward to that I always make sure to catch when I actually do get to see you guys is the Headless Head Bop, which again, that's when my husband, I remember looking at him. I remember looking at him at that Son of Monsterpalooza 2016, and he never has fun. He's kind of like my he wants to have fun. He's like, oh, I'm just fine. You're the wild one. You go do your thing. I'll make sure you get home safe. So when I see him participating in headbanging and catching heads, you know, and I was like, this is special. This is a special moment. Now, with the Headless Head Bop, I'm really curious as to how that concept came to be. And, you know, give me the funniest reactions. Like, have any of you ever been like knocked out by one of the
Oh my God.
I was thinking of like the Runaways. You know how he had them throwing shit and
I've been
trash.
They had plenty of times. Yeah, it's like Tar's been knocked out of tune. It's been hit pretty much everywhere you can imagine. We've been hit there.
But they don't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, some of them
Just
just notice when you watch the video later. But
before I joined the band, and like I was a huge fan of Rhythm Coffin all the time, so it was like really fun to see them and then like be a part of them. Like it's crazy how things happen in full circle. So one year they were performing at the Whiskey A Go Go, and Gary got hit in the head with a sorry, it was I laugh all the time when we play the song. I can't not, because it's always going to be hilarious and somebody's going to get hit in the face, and it's hilarious all the time.
I mean, we give the warning, the big public service announcement beforehand. We tell you, and you're going to come out to you, throw amongst yourselves, throw them back up here. We do all that. And then by the time we throw the first heads out, the look on some people's faces is like, what are you doing? It's like, I told you we were going to
they don't expect it at all. That's the fun part.
People that know it's coming and, you know, they're helping and throwing and can't wait for it. But the new guys, they just like, well, they can't possibly be doing what they just said. That's not going to happen. Then all of a sudden, whammo. And then all of a sudden, they're launching them and getting their friends and trying to collect them. And it's just, it's the best. Even
it's my favorite song. It's my favorite one. We do it every
mine
show.
Too.
Because everybody's literally sitting on the edge of their seat and they just, they actually threw them. It's the funnest part of the show.
Even Russell mentioned recently, he said, right after the lead, when there's a big long scream and the heads are just flying, it's probably the most chaotic part of the song. He said, that's just the biggest hit, the biggest smile on his face. I said, his favorite moment of the show. It's just, he loves that. It's just a crescendo. All the heads are going, everybody's going crazy. Just screaming my guts out. And we're going to the third verse, and it's just nuts on stage. There's confetti, there's heads, there's sweat, there's people are going. Everybody's having as much fun as you possibly can, and it's just more coming.
It's funny to see people like go from serious to, oh my God, I'm having fun again. What is this? What is this fun? I can smile. What is the smile and happiness, you know?
Oh, it's so much fun. So you usually play that song in the middle. I think the last time I saw it was in the middle, right? Not that there's any lack of energy when you guys come on stage. It's the instant like, oh fuck yes, here they come. To me, it's better than mosh pit. No, nothing's better than a mosh pit. But there's heads. Now, how many heads do you actually go through during any given point?
Like 5,000.
How often do you have to replace them?
Oh wait, no, 666,000.
We literally have about 30 heads. Yeah. But we will bring maybe at least no less than 13. We always have to have 13, no matter what.
Always 13, no matter what.
But then usually I'll bring about 20.
Yeah.
20 to the show. We brought all 30. One of the great things we did at the whiskey show, one of our friends, no, Fernando. Fernando. He got 2 cases of heads, and for everyone, plain just styrofoam heads, and for everyone in line, he gave everyone their own head, and he gave them some magic markers, and everybody had their own head. So we brought 20. He gave out like 24. So we literally had almost 50 heads going. And on that show, it looked like a popcorn machine in there. But we did it. It was just the whole floor was covered. There was never not heads in the thing. It was one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. Just constant heads going like a popcorn machine or one of those little things you roll around the ring. Just heads continually going all around. It was
Make your own and
just
throw
amazing.
It was
yeah.
so much fun.
People taking pictures.
Have a photographer. Oh, sorry, that was weird. It was like it's paused and then it went in. What I would love to see is a photographer. If you ever need any help with that, as I raise my hand slowly.
We always need our photos taken.
Yeah, I would love to capture that for the next show. Like I could assume the next show that you guys are going to play, I'll ask that question towards you save that for the last question, but for 2020, guys, that popcorn machine has to be huge. That popcorn machine of heads. Fucking awesome.
That should be a new song.
Right? Popcorn heads.
Popcorn machine. I don't know. That sounds cool.
Like we did last summer. Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking dope. Now you've powered through the pandemic. The last show that you guys actually performed at was February 8th, 2020. And then you started doing virtual shows like in April, which was awesome because I remember going
so long ago.
Yeah, I remember going, okay, so there was like this for like the sadness, and the fear. But then I'm like, wait a minute, the pandemic isn't so awful because I can get drunk at home. The DJs had started, saved me money, and I didn't have to worry about getting home safely. I could just die on my couch. And then the club nights were, the DJs started getting creative, and you guys were right there too. You did a live show in April. Now at that last show, February 8th of 2020, did you kind of have an idea? Let's talk about that last show. Did you kind of have a feeling like things were about to go down? Yeah, February was too early, huh?
We were booking our next rehearsal when everything started closing. We were just getting ready for the next thing, and then all of a sudden everything was closing up. We had no idea.
People were still just making fun of the coronavirus memes,
right.
All the whatever they were. But nobody took it seriously. They thought it was just going to be a bird flu thing or whatever again. And no, I was just shocked. Things started shutting down. I was like, well, how long is this going to go? And then we thought it's going to just be the 3 months, then this could be the 6 months. And we just,
But you didn't waste any time. And I think that's really important. You guys were like, that's nice. We're not going to sit here and not do anything. And you guys were on it. What was that? I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. It was a virtual show. Who was that for? In April.
Oh, was that? No, that wasn't.
Oh, it was with some folks when we were all drinking beers.
I remember.
I don't
we
think
didn't know that we all joined a thing and somebody interviewed us. We all had to drink beers. That was a great interview.
That was the Haunted Santa Monica.
I love that one. Yeah.
Haunted Santa Monica tours.
Yo, okay.
Haunted Santa Monica tours.
Ago.
It seems like so long ago. I can't believe were here.
I was kind of thinking live, so that's what should be excited. But yeah.
And then you did the Midsummer Scream thing was really rad too.
So we got to preview the Ballantyne duo there, which is going to be coming out Monday to the official video.
Yep.
That's right, for Ballantyne.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
It was so much fun to meet.
Yes.
It was. We made that pretty much during the pandemic too. We all met in one little room in a little studio and filmed this amazing video.
Oh, I can't wait. And I saw like some of the behind the scenes that you were leaking, which was awesome. Now, let's see here. Where was my other question? Because I'm like, oh my God, why are my eyes blurry? Tell it and blah. So yeah, you guys, you didn't hesitate. You were like, all right, we're not going to sit here and be sad. We're going to go ahead and push through. Like you said, you powered through, and then you released Coffin Creep, which I was like, fuck yes. And that was one of the questions I asked before we recorded. A lot of the bands that I've been talking to, which surprises me, they can film, or not film, but actually record music from countries apart, from states apart, without even being, you know, in the same room, which again, for me, I don't play music. I wish I did. I'm just a fan. And I appreciate all forms of sounds, well, except for country music. But
country's good.
I find it absolutely marvelous.
A couple years again, but yeah. Put on Johnny Cash first.
Yeah, well, I like Johnny Cash. To me is more rock. I don't know why, but I also I do have to say, because country fans get upset with me, I don't like Dolly Parton's music, but I like her. But I also do like I only like one country song, but that's because it's all about horror. It's the song before True Blood. You know what I'm talking about? I want to do bad things to you. Yeah. Like that one, I'm like, of course that's in my spooky playlist.
Oh my God.
You probably like more country than you know.
Hot.
Probably, but yeah, the stuff, because my husband is he used to be all up in it, and I'm like, this is boring. He goes, as opposed to Depeche Mode, and I'm like, yeah, but you like it too. Musical argument, but he loves you guys. Yeah, he loves you guys.
You're goth.
Right. Country.
We should write a country song just to spite you now.
Do it. Rob Zombie did in his last album. This one
is kind of country.
Rob Zombie is pretty country, so I'm not surprised.
So country. And this one wasn't just like Primus country like he was doing before. This was country.
I love how you said Primus, because his last song sounded just like Primus. And I was like,
you're better than that, homie. Like, you're a creative ass man. You could do your own sound. But I really like this last album, the one that came out on March 12th. It was pretty good, because I know he's country as fuck. But then he threw in a legit country song, and I'm like, it's Rob Zombie. What am I gonna do? I love the guy. So, you know, as far as Ballantyne goes, you released Coffin Creep. You released Tombstone, the music video for Tombstone, which I loved, of course. I mean, what don't I love about it? There's nothing I don't love about you.
That's a great video.
That one was directed by our artist, Aiden Kisserly.
Oh, and I was going to ask that. And when did you begin filming? Let's talk about the process of filming Ballantyne. Because you made it look really fucking easy. Did you guys have to go through having your nose and brains probed? Did you have to go through all the things that other bands are, you know, being forced to do just to film? You know, how long did it take?
The probing wasn't so bad.
Actually, Nick said he wanted to do it, so Nick wrote it. Nick wrote it with his girlfriend Kira, the script for it. He said he wanted to write and direct it, so I said, thanks, you know, let's do it. And then pretty much we had the picture that Aiden drew. We were going to use those characters to become that, to do some scenes from Ballantyne, and he wanted to do it where it's, well, I'm gonna give away the plot, but we just all got together. He organized the time, the schedule, the script, and we just got together at the location. And it was just pretty much a well organized thing. We did it all in one day.
Wow.
The orders, yeah.
And it was just all of us in one room, so there wasn't other people.
I love it.
He added a couple of the things in editing, but yeah, for the main part of it, it was just us acting out our parts. It's a full on concept. We don't play any of our guitars. It's the first one we're not doing any singing or dancing or you know, it's just us doing a scene, or I guess not acting, but portraying characters.
I think I'm acting.
I saw.
She actor, Carrie.
I act my ass off.
You won't believe how well she acts, but that's.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
It's a wonderful movie. You're gonna love it. You can't believe it. It's gonna be so great.
Again, it's just fun. We're just trying to have a cool time, keep a smile on everybody's face. It's got a little happy ending to it. It's well, that's all I'll say. But yes.
I was like, so does it drop at midnight?
So
it debuts at midnight tonight, which is officially the 29th, and it's a full moon, which is nice. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So you can watch the premiere during a full moon.
Yes, if you're up at midnight having a drink, full moon, do watch Valentine. You will love it.
I'm actually gonna have my cereal. Seriously, it's gonna be some cereal.
Yay!
I'm gonna be up at midnight a lot, throughout the nights, the rest of this week. Godzilla versus Kong comes out on Wednesday. I love that I'm starting my week with you. But damn, it's gonna be like a long, badass week of horror and monsters. I fucking love it.
Like Easter.
Yeah, and then there's Easter. But so be prepared. I'll be also dropping a lot of zombie Jesus things. I love pissing off. I love pissing off people who celebrate Easter like for real. So because it's fun. It's it's a spooky holiday.
It's coming back to the dead.
Exactly, zombie. Now, you've performed in places like the Viper Room, the Whiskey A Go-Go, and all these other Hollywood faves. I have to ask, though, you guys are rock stars. So I've heard, one of the last bands that I've heard that I interviewed, I was asked, like, what is the wildest show that you've, been at? I need to know, like, not just drama, but like injuries, vomit. One bandmate told me the last time that he was at a show in Alaska, and I forgot the name of the punk band that he was seeing, but he went up to the guy, talked to him about how much he loved the band and the show, and the guy just threw up on his shoe. And he's like, that was the best night of my life. So I love hearing about, because I've had some wild stories as a fan in a mosh pit. What is the wildest thing that you guys have seen while performing? We're Halloween people, we're freaks. So there has to be something that you saw that you were like, fuck.
I really wish we had, we need some mosh pits going on.
You do.
It's like there was a fake leg out at the train, out at Griffith when we did the train. Like somebody had a fake leg they lost. Like
at the ghost train?
At the ghost train. Like somebody, was running around and it came off, they had to get it back to them. That was kind of strange.
Wait, his prosthetic?
We're gonna go with that.
It was, they weren't hurt or anything. It wasn't mean. It was just like they were running around and there's a lot of potholes out there. Started running around in like 6-inch heels too. It was really tough.
Holes out there.
But they were looking around, whose leg is this? So it was
my leg.
Kind of tame, but kind of weird. It's just like, well, they were serious and concerned. It was nice, but it's just like, well, wow, that's weird. I'm used to seeing people die for heads and stuff like that. So,
but no vomit stories, unfortunately.
No, we've been pretty lucky. Most of the opening of the bands we've opened for, anybody like that was pretty cool. Or no.
People actually get overly happy at our shows. That's people come in with this face and attitude, and they leave like this. So it's
hilarious.
Like people around, even people come in going, "Oh yeah, what are these guys up to?" And then they leave doing a tombstone twist. So we just change the mood, but we
really do.
Angry or mean or ugly or violent. That's
why we're very lucky that way. Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice. You guys are, I wouldn't say happy, but you guys make people feel good. Like
rightfully fun.
Yes, I get so beautiful. Yeah. I get so excited, and I'm like, I've taken pictures with them. I've done stuff. But that's really funny. The leg story. I think the leg story is very worthy.
Can't wait to do it again. Yeah.
We miss taking pictures with people. It's one of our funnest things ever. We love to just take pictures with all of our fans. And now we're glad that we have them in our memory photos because we get to remember everybody from every show. So that's an important part of the Rhythm Coffin was taking pictures with fans.
Yeah, we don't want to stay 6 feet away from people until you're 6 feet underground.
That's
You've done it enough, huh? 6 feet underground is enough. I loved your the one of the photos that you posted where it was like, the pandemic was like, it still is pretty bad, but where they're like 6 feet apart, it's a coffin. And I'm like, right?
Stay a coffin away from me.
Yeah, stay a coffin away.
Gotta keep it creepy. That's right.
Or you'll end up in the coffin.
Yeah, right? And what's funny is the last time I just went out for the first time, like with other people in the horror community on the 13th for the Witches Brew event. And it was the first time I'd seen people, I met new followers and fans. And no shit, it felt so good. I wish you guys were there. But it felt so good. And the thing I was like worried about is how are we going to stay away from each other? Like, how am I supposed to not hug and take pictures we made it. We made it work, you know. But everyone, I think, seemed like they're getting a little better. Magic Mountain opens tomorrow, March 20, whatever, March 20. What is it tomorrow? 30th?
29th.
I don't know the day.
Yeah, they're coinciding with us. If you mention the Ballantyne preview, you get half off.
That. Right? You know, Magic Mountain opens tomorrow. And I'm like, so if we can get all of the theme parks back, when's live music coming back? So what do you guys have? What are you hoping to actually perform at this year? Have any of the haunts or shows hit you up for? I know Midsummer Scream's doing the swap meet. So these showrunners are actually doing things. They're just doing them a little different until they know for sure. And I actually heard Made in USA was out playing a socially distant show yesterday. So would you guys, if you had the opportunity, say in the summertime, would you guys go for it? And what would that look like?
Well, yeah, I mean, we want to play. I mean, we would like to play a show as close as we can. Like I said, we want to do the Headless Head Bop where people can throw their heads around. I don't think we're quite to that point yet. I mean, I think it'll be a few months more down the road where everybody's safe enough to touch something and, you know, not have to wash their hand and, you know, keep it safe. That's the main thing. Everybody's got to stay spooky safe. But we could do, in theory, we could do a show without doing that. I mean, I just want to get out and play. We've never not played without doing the Headless Head Bop, so it sounds weird to say that we would do it without it, or if that's the thing. But we would play almost anything that's ready to go. I mean, I've got a friend that's going to be touring with the Necromance in a couple of months, and it's like I've got to talk about how does this working? I mean, how are you doing this all the way along? You know, some states have loosened their restrictions and stuff, and other places like that. So there's a lot of stuff that's going around that's local that people are dipping in and out of. But right now, for us, we possibly not till September. There's something going on with Creep It Real and OC. They've got something that we might be a part of if it comes through. I mean, we're ready to go out and be spooky, and as soon as it's safe, we're ready to go play. Yeah, we can't wait for it. Carl from up at CIA had mentioned it might be June. Something could be happening. I'm not sure what that information was from, but he just, you know, we're just in a few comments and just said, you know, look, you know, can't wait to get back together. And he said it could be June. So we're hoping for the best, but you know, we're going to keep busy no matter what.
I see it happening. I have a feeling. My witchy intuition said so. Now, before the pandemic, you know, I kind of see you guys all together, you know, monster in this little shack, a cabin in the woods, watching horror movies and eating pizza in your downtime. Have you guys done a horror movie marathon together as a band? Like, as a reward for all the hard work you've done and dismissed?
We've tried to get together to watch horror movies, but we're all so busy that we could really only get together to play and then rehearsal.
But you know what? I think it's going to happen in the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah,
because you know, it's something we wanted to do, and it's something that we're planning on doing in the future, hopefully, and we might even just do a show out of it as well.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Rhythm Coffin slumber party.
Right?
I would love to attend. Did you guys ever do the camp out thing that they used to do in Griffith Park, where they did the camp out overnight? The horror camp out?
No.
I always wanted to try that. I wonder, like, you guys would be perfect there. I always look at like places.
Play at it. I like to sleep in a big bed or a big coffin. I don't want to sleep on the ground. No.
Me neither.
Underground or on the bed, but not on the ground.
What if there was a slumber? What if there was like an air mattress in the shape of a coffin? I have a pool float in the shape of a coffin.
Well, that's
That's awesome.
That's badass. Now, what I would love to know, so it's pretty funny. You're like, we would love to do that, but we can't. You guys are busy. I mean, you're a band of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. So that's hard. I mean, it's hard for me.
And we don't live next to each other. Russell lives on the coast. Ashley lives out in San Bernardino area.
I live in Egypt.
Hollywood. Nick is up in North Hollywood.
There you go.
We're not close locally, but when things were normal, when we rehearsed, you know, a couple times a month, a few times or once a week, we saw each other a lot. I mean, we get along. We're friends. It's just we're apart. I mean,
when we get together, we want to play our music.
Right.
Want to do to watch a movie. It seems like that's.
Except, of course, we talk in rehearsal, and I'm just like, come on, we're paying for this, guys.
I could see that. I would love to capture a rehearsal one day. I would love to see the dynamic.
It's fun.
You guys just seem like a blast all together. All like it's all work. It's not work because you love doing it. So it's all play. It's work and play at the same.
It's only work because we want to get it right. We're serious about having fun, but we want to have fun seriously. I mean, it's just.
We work hard to get it right, but we enjoy it.
We're very serious. We're not going to mess up the lyrics. We're not going to mess up the songs, but
we're not going to show up late. We're not going to half-ass it.
It is a rock and roll party. It's not a monster. It's not a recital. You know, you're coming there to have a good time. You're not just coming there to check my hand posture on the neck. Yeah. So it's, you know, we know what we're trying to do. So it's, we're serious about having a good time, but you got to
put on a good show. You can't
Yeah, exactly.
Little spin when they're supposed to spin.
Now,
yep.
As I mentioned before, I feel like Ballantine was released at the best time. Like you were saying, full moon, the week before Zombies Jesus Day. You guys keep shit. Another thing that I love, I remember someone telling me when I first came out, well, you're Michelle Halloween. You do shit all year. How do you do that? I'm like, because you keep shit spooky all year. It's easy. You know, when it's in your blood or your dried up veins, it is what it is. But you guys embody every single holiday. You're keeping spring spooky. I relied on you. Hexmas was awesome. You guys keep scary Christmas. Obviously Halloween, summertime. I love that. Now, you know, do you ever, let's talk about like really quick, because I'm looking at I hate Zoom. It tells me like time's running out, but it never cuts me off. So if it cuts me off, we'll just start again, FYI. But what I love is the fact that you keep shit spooky all year long, each and every day. And I actually have been doing a feature called Who's Keeping It Spooky for people who live Halloween every day of their lives. Because for me, I live in butt fucking Egypt too. Ashley. I live in Rancho Cucamonga.
We're neighbors.
I fucking hate it because it's so boring and it's sunny. Yeah. So you can imagine. I mean, I do my thing all the time. So I would like to know, when you guys are out and about in just like a normal setting, do you ever get like weird looks, and how do you respond?
Oh, okay. So that's fun because like it's always the kids who are like, wow, look at that. And the parents are like, but some parents, actually most parents are like really excited to see. You know, it's a mixture of reactions, but I enjoy it because I like looking weird in front of people, you know.
I look weird while we're driving the car to the show. People have so much
my God.
honking on the freeway, and we kind of forget because we're talking about the event and everything. And then you look over, there's kids just in the window next to you. It's always a great response. And drunk people on the way home, they love us too. Everybody loves to look at us.
We're pretty lucky. Most people just get the funness of it. Again, we know we're not trying to be scary or evil or mean or anything. We are just we're out to have a good time. If we're up like this, that means we're out to have a good time. So we're in a good mood, and it just kind of emotes from us. And we're lucky. Most people just want to have fun with us. They're like, oh wow, what's going on? What is it? You know, can I get a picture with you? So it's fun. It's just another way to spread some more monster rock and roll news.
It's also a way to advertise. We're walking advertisements.
Exactly.
Self-promotion.
I want to tell you this, you know, who else enjoys watching us is we live in a big high rise, and when we roadie in and out, people like to watch us loading up the car in our costumes and having all of our stuff. We have so much stuff like out in front of the car that they can't believe it's going to fit into our Toyota Matrix. And we put it together like Tetris. And one lady says, my son watches you from the window every time you guys roadie in and out. It's his favorite thing to watch.
Aww, that's so cute.
Over the years, and all the people that have come and go in our building, little kids and people that don't, you know, speak English, don't know what they're looking at, they get such a kick out of us. And we bring a lot of joy to people. They're like, you know, it's April. Where are you people going? And then we tell them how it's spooky all year round. We pack it up our car and then we head out. So we bring a lot of joy. Including the lady that does the laundry for the pool came over to take a picture with us one time. So
I love it. I love the fact that, people are starting to realize that spooky people are, in fact, the nicest, most kind, carefree, loving monsters.
Very approachable.
Oh, it's very approachable. It's
unmasking from the routine and making it Halloween every day is my goal. What are you showing me, husband? Is that food?
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love when he delivers the food. You see, I'm interviewing the Rhythm Coffin right now. I told him about 2016, how you even enjoyed.
Whoa, can't see me.
No, they can't see you, but you can see them. He was even enjoying the show. So, okay, you can go now. Yeah. Love you. I'll be down soon.
We want to show you a picture of our little girl here. If we can get you zooming in here.
Let me see. Oh, the sleepy. Oh yeah, she's even more past.
Yeah,
Oh, hi, Sandy.
That's our baby Sandy.
that's Sandy resting. Scary
Oh,
took her
so
for a big
cute.
walk this morning.
And you're
Her name-
spooky too. Do you ever bring her to shows?
Oh no.
No,
my
she's
other
a baby.
cat.
She just turned a year and a
She's
half.
only a year and a half.
She's a baby, and her name is Sandy Gilligan Grimm.
Gilligan. That's so
Yes,
cute.
that's her middle name, Sandy Gilligan Grimm.
I am in love, in
Yeah.
absolute love. All
My
right.
other cat
We got
wants
her
to say
right
hello
before
now.
the pandemic. We got her right before the pandemic. We got her like the day after the Christmas show,
Oh, perfect.
and we
She's
got her. We got her in Rancho Cucamonga. So when you
No
said Rancho
way.
Cucamonga, we're like, oh, our baby's from Rancho Cucamonga. That's where we picked
Yeah,
her up.
that huge sports store.
Oh yes.
We met a guy in the parking lot there,
Oh,
and
my
we got her.
She was born out of the back of the Jeep and right into our arms.
Aw, that's convenient.
Oh, look at she's like, I know I'm loved.
Oh, she's 75 pounds.
75, you said?
Yeah, 75 pounds of Labrador.
Oh my god, so much fun. I bet in about an hour she's gonna be like, let's play. There's so much.
Oh yeah.
Because you guys have picked a better fur baby.
I love how we all have animals here. It's awesome.
For it again. I'll just edit that. But I think it's funny because they're acting like I'm not gonna start another recording. Come on.
Ow.
And we're actually in the process of moving, so I usually use a different program, but I don't have my whole setup because we're moving. So I was like, I'm using Zoom. No, and it's easy for me to edit. Now, before we got interrupted so rudely by the gods, I was going to ask you, Ashley, what is your cat's name? What are your familiars' names?
So, yeah, she's playing with my headphones. I'm sorry. So I have 3 fur children. One's name is Neytiri. That's the feisty black one. I have 2 black cats, and then the other one is Sarabi.
Oh my
And
god.
she's a big house panther, but hilarious enough, she's like the most scary one there. It looks like she'll beat you up, but she'll literally run away.
Oh.
And then Olivia is my youngest fur child, and yeah, she's so cute. I want to go grab her.
Go for
We
it.
have her face up here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I want
let me
to see
see if I
all the babies. I think
Yay.
our babies are so important. I lost one of our beloved horror haunters. 2 of them lost their fur babies recently, and one of them I remember when they first got her as a puppy. So I'll just say, we're still thinking of you guys, Sawin's Lot and beloved Copper, the sweetheart. And Dead Man's Cove in Vegas, they lost their puppy a few days later. And
The bad part of having a fur baby.
oh man,
So
I
we
can't.
lost her a year and a half ago, right before we got her. Basically, I had for 9.5 years. Just
Jeez.
This is Olivia.
You guys, we love our fur babies. We do. We love you so
forever.
much.
Oh yeah, always in our hearts.
Always. Even though our hearts don't beat, they beat for you.
Great.
Look at Olivia. Hi, sweet.
This is Olivia. She's a spunky,
Oh.
feisty one. She just had surgery, but she acts like she didn't have nothing.
Did you get
She
a
likes
nose?
to-
Woman.
Get a tummy tuck?
Oh,
She just
love
won't
them.
stop playing. So yeah, she just had surgery. This is Sarabi. She's so heavy-handed, she'll beat you up, but she'll also like run away from everything.
So cute. Was it so Robbie was the one playing with your headphones?
No, it was this one, Neytiri.
Terry.
This spunker.
Do you guys ever do any charity work with any local shelters or anything like that, or rescues?
There was a couple of the motorcycle girls that asked us to do a few things for dogs, but it just conflicted with schedules. Again, we would if it is. We've been asked a couple of times. We've already been booked on things, but if the opportunity comes up, any dog lovers out there that want to put on a spooky show,
need some
contact the Rhythm
entertainment,
Coffin.
please contact us. We love dogs.
That would be wonderful. I think that would be amazing. And that was something that I wanted to bring up, with the band too. I was like, we should do some charity work. And like I said, kids, they really love us, and there's a lot of sick people out there, and And, you know, like after the pandemic, people are going to be really excited to have, you know, live entertainment again. And I think charity work would be a beautiful idea to do in the future.
I can actually send recommend you guys to some rescues that I actually know. So let's get on that. That'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Around there. It's have them contact us through, you know, the email there and stuff. And
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. I think that would be great. And plus, again, your energy is so warm and welcoming, and just like, let's have some fun. I absolutely love you guys.
We
So
all have Nick and Kira have a cat named Lenora, a little black cat named Lenora. They're looking to get another one soon that they want to name Renfield, I think it is.
so
yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
Manku Gil, she does a lot of. I'm actually wearing one of her shirts
Rabbit's
today.
got cats there.
She
Oh.
rescued a kitty recently named named her Mariska from Van Helsing, one of the queens from Dracula.
Oh,
And
fun.
so she's so cute, and her that's a whole story too. So I actually would love to see. I'll share her story with you guys too at another point. But it was so sweet, just how again horror people, the horror community, our horror musicians, the Rhythm Coffin are welcoming, warm people who will embrace your children, not eat them. We
Sometimes.
throw heads.
We love your children and pets.
Yeah, and it's just beautiful. You guys have actually been a really good light, you know, in all of the darkness that's been, you know, 2020 and the beginning of 2021. So it just goes to show how those who keep it spooky, we're not evil people. We're actually the most loving, warm-hearted people. But if you fuck with me, if you fuck with anybody that I love, that's another
That's
story.
true for almost anyone.
Yeah.
But like I said, no, when life hands you lemons, you say, no, bad life. I want my monster rock and roll.
Yes.
That's what happens. So yeah.
And then we have lemonade.
And lemonade.
We have hard lemonade.
I was gonna say I love vodka.
Right?
You guys, thank you so much for doing this feature with me.
It's been Halloween all year round.
Oh yeah, keep it spooky, and make sure my fans and followers and fellow Rhythm Coffin fans that you guys are blowing up. Balladstein blowing up. I say tomorrow. This episode will probably air after that, but the fact is I'm actually going to be speaking about it well before, like starting today.
All right.
You guys fucking rock.
Danny just jumped up.
And Nick, Nightmare Nick and Rabid Russel, because me and my terrible namings. You guys, we missed you, but keep fucking rocking on. You guys have our full support. We love you all.
Thank you. We love you too.
We'll see you next time. And don't leave.
Dude.